What if you could actually design a blueprint for your country's energy future? One that could make you immune to global shocks and totally rewrite the rules of power generation. Well, today, that's exactly what we're looking at. India's massive leap forward in nuclear tech, a genuine masterstroke that could change everything.
It sounds completely impossible, right? I mean, a fire that makes more fuel than it uses up? Okay, just hang on to that idea for a second, because that wild, paradoxical thought is right at the heart of India's incredible new achievement.
But, to really get the full impact of this achievement, we first have to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. A world that is, frankly, on the brink of a pretty serious energy crisis. Right now, the world is walking a real energy tightrope. You've got conflicts flaring up, and these critical arteries for global fuel, like the Strait of Hormuz, are constantly under threat. When you have nearly a fifth of the world's oil and gas squeezing through one tiny channel, any little disruption, well, it sends shockwaves through the entire global economy. Prices spike, and supplies just vanish.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract, far-off problem. These global shocks have very real consequences, right here at home. For India, the crisis forced the government into a really tough spot. They had to temporarily bring back subsidized kerosene for households. This was a fuel the country had spent more than a decade trying to leave behind in its push for cleaner energy.
And what's so wild about this chart is the sheer scale of the progress India had already made. Just look at that drop, from over 6.8 million tons all the way down to just over 400,000. That's a huge success story for clean energy. So that little bump back up, even if it's just a temporary fix, is a really stark reminder of just how vulnerable any nation can be to these external energy shocks. It screams out the need for true energy independence.
It's against that exact backdrop of vulnerability that India just played its trump card. And this brings us to the massive breakthrough at Kalpakkam. This is the moment the story flips from being on the defense to going on the offense.
So mark this date, April 6, 2026. At the Kalpakkam nuclear facility in Tamil Nadu, something genuinely historic happened. India switched on a brand new kind of nuclear reactor, one that it designed and built entirely on its own. And that, right there, marks a whole new era of self-reliance.
Now, the technical term for what happened is first criticality. To put it simply, this is the moment the reactor wakes up. It's the point where that nuclear chain reaction inside can finally sustain itself without any outside help. It is officially alive and ready to get to work.
Okay, so it's a new nuclear reactor. Big deal, right? India has others. So what's so special about this particular 500-megawatt machine? Why is this one a total game changer?
And this is where it all clicks into place. A conventional reactor, it works like a normal fire, it burns through its fuel to make energy. Simple. But this new reactor is a fast breeder. It doesn't just make energy, it actually makes more potential fuel than it burns. It's that impossible fire we talked about at the very beginning, brought to life through some incredible nuclear physics.
Now, this incredible reactor, it isn't just some standalone project. It's actually a masterfully placed keystone in a much, much larger and frankly brilliant long-term strategy that's been decades in the making.
This breeder reactor officially marks India's entry into Stage 2 of its three-stage nuclear program. And this grand vision? It wasn't dreamed up yesterday. It was conceived decades ago by the father of India's nuclear program himself, Dr. Homi Jahangir Bhabha. He saw the future, and this reactor is a crucial piece of his roadmap.
Okay, let's just walk through how these stages connect, because this is really clever. It all starts with Stage 1, which India has already mastered. That uses natural uranium to make power, and as a byproduct, it creates plutonium. Now we're in Stage 2, which is where this new breeder reactor comes in. It uses that plutonium for fuel, but here's the magic trick. While it's making power, it also uses extra energy to transform another element, thorium, into a brand new, powerful nuclear fuel called uranium-233. That's the breeding part. And all of that sets up the grand finale, Stage 3, where future reactors will run on that manufactured uranium-233, finally letting India tap into its massive thorium deposits.
And that right there brings us to the ultimate prize, the end goal of this entire multi-decade plan, unlocking the future of fuel, which is thorium. So you see, this Kalpakkam reactor isn't just another power plant. It's the key. It is the absolutely essential bridge that connects India's present capabilities with its incredible future potential. Its main job is to unlock the door to Stage 3, and with it, a whole new era of energy.
And why is thorium the ultimate prize?
Well, because India just happens to have one of the world's largest reserves of it. We're not talking about enough fuel for a few decades here. We're talking about a practically inexhaustible domestic energy source. This is the path to real, lasting energy security, totally free from the wild swings of global markets.
And make no mistake, this achievement isn't just a domestic win for India. It sends a powerful ripple across the entire globe, and it's fundamentally redrawing the world's energy map.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The rest of the world has definitely taken notice. The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, that's the world's nuclear watchdog, called this impressive progress and a key step forward for the entire future of nuclear energy. I mean, that's a huge stamp of international validation.
Let me put this in perspective. India has now become only the second country in the entire world, after Russia, to operate a commercial fast breeder reactor. This isn't just progress, this is India joining an incredibly elite club of high-tech nations. It's a testament to truly world-class science and engineering.
And this isn't the finish line. It's the launch pad for an even more ambitious future. This milestone is a critical piece of a very clear roadmap, nearly tripling nuclear capacity by 2031, targeting an incredible 100 gigawatts by 2047, and ultimately powering the whole nation's journey to net zero emissions by 2070. So, you have to ask yourself, in a world that is desperate for clean, stable, and sovereign energy sources, has India just shown everyone the blueprint? By patiently playing the long game, executing a decades-old vision, and mastering a technology this complex, is this the model for how a nation achieves true energy independence in the 21st century? The whole world is watching, and India may have just delivered the answer.